I want you to take a deep breath for a moment, because what we're about to talk about has the power to shift the direction of your life forever. You've heard the phrase all your life, the sky is the limit. Teachers said it, parents said it, motivational posters repeated it. But here's the truth that most people never learn. The sky was never the limit. Your mind was. The limit has never been up there. It has always been in here. The stories you tell yourself, the beliefs you inherited, the fears you quietly carry, the invisible lines you draw around your own potential. You see, life doesn't limit you. People don't limit you. The world doesn't limit you. Your mind sets the boundaries, and your life stays inside whatever boundaries you draw. Let me speak to you the way a friend would, with honesty and love. Your life right now, every decision you've made, every risk you took or didn't take, every dream you chased or abandoned, every yes you said out of fear, and every no you whispered because you didn't think you were ready, all of it came from one place, your mind. And today, I want to help you open that mental cage and walk out of it for good. Because the world you want, the future you see in quiet moments, the success you imagine in your heart, the person you know you can become if you just had the courage, all of that is possible. But not until your mind believes it's possible. Not until your mind stops settling. Not until your mind stops doubting. Not until your mind stops shrinking itself to match your circumstances. You were created with a mind that can reshape your world. A mind that can stretch, evolve, rebuild, and reinvent everything in your life. A mind that can release your old story and write a new one. You are not stuck. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too far behind. You are simply thinking within walls that no longer belong to you. And today, we're breaking those walls. The real prison is invisible. Let me tell you something most people never realize. You can be free physically and still be imprisoned mentally. You can walk around every day, go to work, laugh, socialize, upload pictures, look normal, and deep down, you're living behind emotional bars. Bars made of doubt. Bars made of fear. Bars made of comparison. Bars made of, I'm not good enough, or, I don't know how. But here's the deeper truth. What you believe is what you build. Your mind is always constructing the life it thinks you deserve. If your mind believes you're average, you'll settle for average. If your mind believes you don't deserve respect, you'll tolerate disrespect. If your mind believes you're not capable of success, you'll sabotage every opportunity. Life follows your mind, not the other way around. Most people wake up every morning trying to change their life, without ever changing the thoughts that created that life. It's like trying to build a new house on a rotten foundation. You can decorate it, repaint it, polish it, it will still collapse. Your mind is that foundation. Before you build a new life, you must build a new mindset. The mind creates the ceiling. Look at any successful person you admire. Not the fame, not the money, not the image, but the mind behind the success. They didn't start with confidence. They didn't start with certainty. They didn't start fearless. They started with belief. Belief that they were meant for more. Belief that they could rise above their environment. Belief that the life they saw in their imagination was real enough to fight for. You see, the moment your belief expands, your life expands with it. But the moment your belief collapses, your life shrinks. Here is the secret nobody teaches you. You will never outgrow your mindset. Your life cannot become bigger than your mind thinks it should be. That's why two people can come from the same background, face the same struggles, have the same opportunities, and one rises while the other stays stuck. The difference is not luck. It's not grace alone. It's not talent. It's not education. The difference is mindset. One said, I deserve more. I can do more. I was born for more. The other said, this is enough. This is all I can get. This is my life. The mind becomes the ceiling, and every ceiling can be raised. The life you want is already in your mind. There is a version of you, more confident, more focused, more disciplined, more courageous, more productive, more peaceful, that already exists in your mind. You've seen glimpses of this version, sometimes in your dreams, sometimes while listening to something inspiring, sometimes when life forces you to be strong, sometimes in quiet moments when you imagine yourself living better. That version is not fantasy. It's not make-believe. It's your true self trying to break out. The gap between where you are and who you can become is created by one thing, your daily mindset, not your circumstances, not your environment, not your past, your mind. Your thoughts feed your habits shape your behavior builds your identity, and your identity determines your destiny. Change the thoughts, and the destiny changes. A simple shift like, I can't do this, to, I will learn how to do this, or, I'm scared, to, I'm capable, or, this is too big, to, I can grow into the kind of person who can handle this. Your mind sets the direction. Your discipline follows. Your life transforms. The prison of other people's opinions. Let me speak to what keeps most people small. The fear of what others think. So many lives have been dimmed, dreams buried, potential wasted, because of the invisible chains of other people's opinions. Opinions that don't pay your bills. Opinions that won't raise your children. Opinions that don't build your future. Opinions that don't feel the consequences of your choices. You're shrinking your life to fit someone else's comfort zone. Do you know how many people never start the business they dream about because they're scared someone will laugh? How many never leave a toxic relationship because they're afraid of what people will say? How many stay silent when they should speak up? Because they don't want to look too much, too serious, too ambitious? Listen, people only criticize what threatens their own comfort. Your growth will always expose someone else's laziness. Your dreams will expose someone else's fear. Your boldness will expose someone else's insecurity. Their opinions are not your responsibility. Your life is. The mind you don't train will control you. Untrained minds react. Trained minds respond. Untrained minds panic. Trained minds prepare. Untrained minds complain. Trained minds create. You must train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body, with consistency, discipline, and intentional growth. Your mind is a garden. Either you plant thoughts on purpose, or weeds grow automatically. If you don't feed your mind the kind of thoughts that empower you, your mind will feed you thoughts that weaken you. If you don't choose your mindset will choose your life. You must build mental muscles, focus, discipline, patience, courage, resilience, self-belief, clarity, gratitude, forgiveness, vision. Every day you feed these muscles, they grow. Every day you starve them, they shrink. Your life will follow the strongest muscles. And if the strongest muscle in your mind right now is fear, or worry, or doubt, or comparison, that is the direction your life will go. But the good news is, every muscle can be rebuilt. Your mind shapes your reality long before life does. Every result in your life began as a thought. Every achievement, every mistake, every win, every loss. All of it started as a silent whisper inside your mind. Your thoughts are the blueprint. Your actions are the bricks. Your habits are the structure. Your life is the final building. If the blueprint is weak, the building collapses. Look around at your life right now. Your relationships, your work, your peace, your stress, your income, your daily patterns. These didn't fall from the sky. They grew from thoughts planted years ago. This is why when your thinking changes, your entire life starts shifting, sometimes faster than you ever imagined. You don't fix your life by forcing everything outside of you. You fix your life by repairing the blueprint inside you. Once the inside changes, the outside must follow. Fear is a story, not a wall. People love to say, "I'm scared." But what most don't realize is that fear is rarely danger. It's a story you've repeated so many times. It feels like truth. Fear says, "You can't. You're not ready. You'll embarrass yourself. What if you fail? What will people say? Don't try, stay safe." But hear me, fear is a strong storyteller, but a terrible decision maker. 90% of your fears aren't real barriers. They're imagined limits. Fear doesn't stop you. Fear only stops the version of you that listens to it. When you act while afraid, you weaken fear. When you avoid action, you strengthen fear. The sky isn't stopping you. The world isn't stopping you. Fear is whispering stories, and you're treating them like commandments. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is choosing the future you want over the fear you feel. And every act of courage expands your life. Your imagination is not a playground. It's a preview. Most people think imagination is for children, or for dreamers, or for unserious people. They don't understand how life works. Your imagination is the preview of your potential. Before you can walk in a new life, you must see it within yourself. That success you picture? That version of you that's stronger? The business you want to build? The peace you're craving? The home you want to live in? The family you want to lead? The person you want to become? Your imagination is not lying to you. It's revealing the direction you are meant to grow toward. People fail not because they don't have potential, but because they kill their own imagination. Every great achievement in history first appeared as a picture inside someone's mind. Airplanes, electricity, technology, movements, businesses, revolutions, changed lives. It started with imagination, the courage to see what others couldn't see. Before the world believes in you, you must believe in your imagination. You rise to the level of your self-image. This may be one of the most important truths you ever hear. You can never outperform the way you see yourself. If your self-image is small, your success will stay small. If your self-image is broken, your relationships will stay broken. If your self-image is weak, your decisions will stay weak. Your mind cannot produce a life. That contradicts the image you carry inside. This is why someone can be talented but stuck. Why someone can be skilled but inconsistent. Why someone can be intelligent but insecure. The problem is never the skill. The problem is the self-image. You don't need a new life. You need a new view of yourself. The version of you that settles must die. The version of you that doubts must die. The version of you that apologizes for existing must die. A stronger you must rise. A you that believes. A you that knows your worth. A you that understands your value. A you that walks like your future belongs to you. Because it does. Your environment reflects your belief system. Your surroundings mirror your mindset. Your habits reflect your inner values. Your friends reflect your inner standards. If you want to grow, but everything around you pulls you backward, your mind will be in a constant battle. Sometimes your environment is not toxic. It's just too small for the person you're becoming. You can't grow when you keep breathing the air of your old identity. Some of the people you love deeply can't go where you're going. They're not bad. They're not enemies. They're just not growing. They want comfort. You want transformation. They want survival. You want elevation. They want familiarity. You want destiny. Never apologize for outgrowing people who refuse to grow with you. Your environment must match the life you want, not the life you're leaving behind. Self-discipline, the doorway to a bigger mind. You can pray all you want. You can dream all you want. You can speak affirmations from morning till night. But without discipline, you stay in the same place. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is permission. It is the permission you give yourself to live the life you truly desire. Discipline says, I refuse to be controlled by my emotions. I refuse to let fear win. I refuse to waste another day. I refuse to settle for yesterday's mindset. Discipline is the muscle that lifts your potential into reality. The mind grows bigger when discipline becomes a lifestyle. You start waking up differently. You start focusing differently. You start choosing differently. You start speaking differently. You start respecting yourself differently. This is why disciplined people seem unstoppable. They are not relying on motivation. They rely on habits. Motivation fades. Habits remain. Your thoughts become your future. Your life moves in the direction of your strongest thoughts. If your thoughts lean toward growth, your life will grow. If your thoughts lean toward fear, your life shrinks. Every day you think is a vote for the life you want, or a vote for the life you're trying to escape. You don't need to think perfectly. You just need to think intentionally. Feed your mind the truth. You can grow. You can start again. You can build something new. You can rise. You can rebuild. You can become the person you see inside. Because once the mind expands, it never returns to its old size. Think about every person you admire today. People who built companies, athletes who broke records, individuals who turned nothing into something. If you take time to study them carefully, you will notice something. Their real strength was never the environment they grew up in. It wasn't the money they had. It wasn't perfect conditions. Their real power was their mind. Some of them grew up in situations that should have broken them. Some grew up surrounded by negativity, poverty, or discouragement. Some had every reason to quit, but they didn't. because their mind gave them a picture of something better. When your mind sees possibilities, life cannot stop you. When your mind sees growth, nobody can cage you. When your mind sees a future, your present situation loses its power. Let's make this personal. There is a version of you that your current circumstances have not met yet. A smarter you, a more courageous you, a more disciplined you, a more focused you. That version of you is not in the sky. It is not waiting in some far place. It is inside your mind. And until you start unlocking that version of yourself, you will keep misjudging your own power. Many people today limit themselves before life even begins to limit them. They shrink their dreams to match their fears. They reduce their visions to match their insecurities. They adjust their expectations to match their surroundings. And the saddest part is, they don't even realize they are doing it. Let me ask you a question. How many dreams have you buried because you thought you were not enough? How many ideas died in your heart because you were waiting for approval? How many times did you look at someone else doing something you wanted and you said, maybe it's not for people like me? Listen, nothing is for people like you. Everything is for anyone who is willing to become the person required to get it. The only thing that separates you from your breakthroughs is your mindset. You need to start believing that your mind is stronger than your environment, stronger than your fears, stronger than whatever happened to you, stronger than whatever you lost, stronger than the voice telling you to settle. Because the day your mind expands, your life expands with it. Let me give you a simple truth. The world you live in is a reflection of the world inside your mind. If your mind believes excuses, your life will produce excuses. If your mind believes growth, your life will produce results. If your mind believes you have limits, you will live inside those limits. The moment you stop allowing your thoughts to cage you, you will notice doors you never saw before. You will hear opportunities you once ignored. You will discover strength you didn't know you had. This is why working on your mind is more important than working on your goals. Because you cannot achieve beyond what your mind believes. Think about the eagle. The eagle is born with massive wings, yet if it grows up around chickens, it will walk on the ground like a chicken. Not because it cannot fly, but because its mind has accepted a chicken's life. Some of you listening right now are living a smaller life, not because that's all you deserve, but because your mind got used to smallness. Your mind got used to fear. Your mind got used to survival instead of growth. But not anymore. You owe yourself the freedom to think bigger. You owe yourself the courage to challenge your own thoughts. You owe yourself the discipline to stop entertaining negativity. You owe yourself the strength to break the limits in your mind. Because once the mind expands, it never goes back. And I want you to hear this clearly. The sky is not the limit. Your background is not the limit. Your age is not the limit. Your past mistakes are not the limit. Your condition right now is not the limit. The only limit is the one your mind has accepted. Once you learn to control your mind, life becomes a playground. Once you train your mind, obstacles turn into stepping stones. Once you discipline your mind, consistency becomes your new normal. Once you upgrade your mind, your results must follow. Your mind is your real world. Your thoughts create your direction. Your beliefs create your habits. Your habits create your results. So if you want to change your life, don't start with your life, start with your mind. Because the moment you change the way you think, you change the way you live. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and breathe. Not just to relax, but to reflect. Think about everything you've been through. Think about every moment that tried to break you. Think about every season where you almost gave up. Think about all the battles you fought quietly, the ones no one saw, the struggles you carried alone. You are not weak. You are not small. You are not behind. You are becoming. And every challenge that came your way wasn't meant to stop you. It was meant to shape your mind. Because your real battlefield is not out there. It's inside you. Every day, life gives you two choices. To think small or think big. To shrink or to grow. To remain where you are or to rise beyond everything you've known. And I hope from today onward, you choose growth. I hope you choose to think differently. I hope you choose to believe in your own possibilities. I hope you choose to challenge the limits you inherited from your environment. Remember this. The mind you have right now isn't your final form. You can strengthen it. You can expand it. You can renew it. You can rebuild it. And you can unlock potentials you never imagined. The sky is just a physical ceiling. Your mind doesn't have one. You were not created to blend in with the background. You were not designed to live a life controlled by fear. You were not born to repeat the same day over and over. You were built for more. But you will never touch that more until your mind believes you can. And that's why from this moment forward, I want you to guard your thoughts the way you guard your life. Feed your mind with strength, with vision, with positivity, with purpose. Walk away from anything that shrinks your thinking. Surround yourself with voices that stretch your imagination. Because your mind is the engine. Everything else is the vehicle. If your mind is weak, your journey will be slow. If your mind is scattered, your life will be chaotic. If your mind is caged, your dreams will stay locked away. But if your mind becomes bold, if your mind becomes disciplined, if your mind becomes focused, if your mind becomes unstoppable, then nothing, absolutely nothing, can hold you back. So walk into your future with your head high. Dream boldly. Think bigger than your background. Dare to become the first in your family to break the pattern. Dare to outgrow the version of you that fear created. Dare to rise from where life left you. Because the sky is not the limit. Your mind is. And the moment you break that barrier, your life will never remain the same. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay focused, and keep becoming the best version of yourself. Your future is waiting. Go meet it with a powerful mind.